Imagine the deafening crack of a starting pistol. You explode off the line, heart pounding, lungs burning, every muscle screaming for you to push harder. This is your race, but then you glance to your left. You see another runner, their stride seemingly effortless, a flicker of doubt. You look to your right. You hear whispers from the crowd, a murmur, a judgment, a laugh, and for a split second, you slow down to try and hear what they're saying. Someone shouts that you're falling behind, and you stop, turning to argue, to defend your pace, your right to be on this track. And in that moment, it's over. You've already lost. That isn't just a race. That is a perfect, brutal metaphor for your life. The world is a stadium roaring with distractions. Your phone buzzes with meaningless debates, your feed is a highlight reel of other people's victories, and the sidelines are crowded with critics who have never run a single lap themselves. Every ounce of energy you give to these things, to things outside of your lane, is an ounce of fuel stolen from your own journey. Real success, the kind that lasts, belongs only to those who develop an almost superhuman discipline of the mind. A focus so absolute that the noise of the world fades into a dull, distant hum. These distractions are assassins of ambition, and they are masters of disguise. They creep in as a quick scroll on social media, a harmless piece of gossip, or the seed of doubt planted by someone who fears your potential. But the truth is, what people say, think, or post has zero jurisdiction over your destiny. Stop feeding their opinions with your attention. Starve them. Take that precious energy and reinvest it into you. Sharpen your skills until they are razor-edged. Fortify your mindset until it is an unbreakable fortress. Become so utterly consumed with your own evolution that the outside world becomes irrelevant. The moment you fix your gaze entirely on your own finish line, you won't just grow, you will fly. The giants of history didn't have time for sideshows. Their legacy was built in silence. Their success was the only argument they ever needed to make. So I ask you, what's trying to steal your focus right now? Is it truly worth the price of your future? If not, let it go. Your destiny is waiting. Have you ever witnessed the absurdity of a rooster puffing its chest out, ready to challenge a bull? It's a battle that's not just unwinnable, it's not even a battle, it's a waste. There are conflicts in life that don't deserve your engagement, and situations that are beneath your attention. Every time you allow yourself to be dragged into matters that are not your own, you are actively choosing to sacrifice a piece of the time you were given to build your legacy. These thieves of focus are everywhere. The poison of gossip, the black hole of online arguments, the endless drama manufactured by others. They share a single sinister purpose: to hijack your attention and leave you with nothing of value. You are not required to accept every invitation to an argument. Right now, as you listen to this, someone is judging you. Let them. Their verdict has no power to sign your checks or shape your future. Someone is stirring a pot of drama. Let them. Not every fire requires you to be the firefighter. The truly successful have no time to prove their worth to people who don't matter. They pour their life force into their mission and let the sheer scale of their achievements silence the noise. The ultimate secret is to mind the business that pays you, not just in currency, but in peace, in clarity, in progress. You were not put on this earth to untangle everyone else's knots or to carry the weight of their chaos. The instant you commit to your own path, you find a rhythm, a clarity, and a momentum that others can only dream of. The next time you feel that pull to engage in something that doesn't serve your highest self, stop and ask, will this make me better, or will it just make me bitter? If it's the latter, turn around and walk away. Your empire awaits. Picture your energy as the charge on your phone. If you use it with intention for calls that matter, for work that builds, it serves you all day long. But if you waste it on pointless games and endless scrolling, it's dead before you even get to what's important. Your mind, your body, your spirit, they operate on the exact same principle. You have a finite amount of energy each day. Be ruthless about where you invest it. Every conversation, every thought, every action is either a deposit or a withdrawal. There is no in-between. Will you invest in growth, or will you allow your potential to be drained by the trivial? Think about it. You pour your heart and soul into a dream, only to let your progress be sabotaged by a petty argument, a piece of gossip, or a wave of negativity. If you spend your precious hours complaining, fixating on problems instead of architecting solutions, or getting tangled in other people's messes, you will be left bankrupt when it's time to fund your own ambitions. Life has a simple accounting system. It rewards those who protect their energy and invest it in things that yield progress and value. The masters of achievement guard their energy like the crown jewels. They are strategic about their battles. They are disciplined in their habits, and they amputate anything and anyone that threatens their higher purpose. If you are serious about achieving greatness, you must learn to treat your time and focus as your most sacred assets. Prioritize what elevates you and mercilessly discard what holds you back. So, take an honest inventory. Where is your energy really going? Is it being spent or is it being invested? Make the shift. Seize control. Put your energy where it compounds, not where it depletes. Be intentional, be disciplined, and witness the radical transformation of your entire world. Have you ever noticed that the most genuinely fulfilled people are rarely the loudest? They move with a quiet confidence because they are the fierce guardians of their own peace. They've learned a profound truth. Happiness isn't discovered in the noise of external validation or the chaos of public opinion. It is cultivated in the sacred, silent garden of self-contentment. When you mind your own business, you build a fortress against useless drama, pointless conflict, and the anxieties that plague others. But peace is more than just the absence of trouble. It is the deliberate creation of a life where negativity simply cannot find fertile ground to grow. Not every part of your journey is meant for public consumption. Your next big idea, your private struggles, your boldest ambitions, keep them close to your heart. The less the world knows, the more flawlessly you can move. Some people only feign interest in your life to find ammunition they can later use against you. Others will smile to your face while secretly praying for you to stumble. By keeping your counsel, you protect your vision from their corrosive energy and maintain absolute control over your destiny. Beyond protection, privacy grants you the ultimate freedom. When no one is tracking your every move, you are liberated from the crushing weight of their expectations and judgments. You can grow at your own pace, pivot without explanation, and make choices aligned purely with your own soul. The most beautiful moments of transformation often happen in the quiet, away from the demanding glare of the spotlight. So stay private, stay peaceful, guard your energy, curate your circle with ruthless intention, and remember that true peace is not just an escape from conflict, it is the powerful presence of clarity, purpose, and unshakable joy. A wise soul understands the symphony of silence and speech, knowing precisely when to play each note. Not every challenge requires a rebuttal, not every question demands an immediate answer. There is an immense, underestimated power in silence. It is in those quiet spaces between the world's frantic noises that you find clarity, allowing you to sidestep drama and make decisions with profound wisdom. Far too many people bleed their energy dry defending egos over things that will be forgotten by tomorrow. Why sacrifice your breath on a battle that offers no spoils for your personal growth? Think about it. Those who speak the most often say the least of substance, and frequently utter words they later desperately wish they could reclaim. But words once released are arrows that cannot be recalled. Those who master the art of observation, who listen more than they speak, accumulate a wealth of knowledge that others miss. They see the patterns, the hidden opportunities, the unspoken truths that lead to victory. When you remain quiet, people might misjudge you, they might underestimate you, and that becomes your single greatest advantage. Let your silence keep them guessing while your actions deliver the undeniable truth. You owe no one an explanation for the path you walk. Let your results be your roar. In this life, some of the most monumental achievements are born in silence, nurtured in private until they are ready to be revealed. By cutting out the useless chatter, you shield yourself from negativity and preserve your inner peace. You are the sole commander of your life. Silence isn't weakness, it is the ultimate strategy of the strong. Speak only when it improves upon the silence. Listen always, and let your actions carry you to altitudes you once only dreamed of. In a world drowning in noise, be the one who listens, who learns, and who leads with quiet, devastating strength. Imagine you're running a marathon, pouring every ounce of will you have into the race, feeling the rhythm of a champion in your stride. Then, for a fatal second, you look away. You see someone else pulling ahead. Instantly, panic floods your system. They're faster. I'm not good enough. You start doubting everything, your preparation, your strength, even the shoes on your feet. But what if you knew their whole story? What if you knew they started this race with a 10-minute head start? What if they've been training relentlessly for a decade while you just began this journey a month ago? What if they have a team of coaches, a personal chef, and equipment you've never even seen before? Life is not a standardized test where everyone begins at the same starting line with the same tools. The moment you begin comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, you set a trap for your own soul. You will either feel like a failure, or you will develop a fragile, toxic ego, believing you're somehow better. Both paths lead to ruin. Instead of binge-watching the highlight reel of other people's lives, become the director of your own epic film. Your only true competitor is the person staring back at you from yesterday's mirror. Are you better today than you were then? That is the only metric that matters. Track your improvement. Celebrate your milestones. Build a life so compelling, so full of your own purpose, that you simply don't have the time or the inclination to envy anyone else's. Comparison is the thief of joy, but self-improvement is the architect of fulfillment. Stay in your lane, run your race, and savor the glory of every single step. Have you ever observed that people who are magnets for bad luck are the same ones who talk about it constantly, and conversely, those who seem to attract golden opportunities are always the ones quietly working, learning, and staying focused on what's possible? This isn't magic, it's a law of nature. What you feed with your focus is what will flourish in your life. If you dedicate your time to gossiping about who stumbled and fell, you will remain blind to the ladder of opportunity right beside you. But if you immerse yourself in books, in learning, in the relentless development of your skills, you will begin to see doorways materialize where you once only saw solid walls. Do you want success? Then mind the business of your own growth. Instead of scrolling through a feed of curated illusions, scroll through a course that will give you a new skill. Invest your attention in something that will compound in value. Success isn't a lottery ticket, it is a direct result of disciplined effort. If it were truly about luck, every person who owned a four-leaf clover would be a titan of industry. But luck will not drag you out of bed at 5 a.m. to put in the work. Luck will not force you to shut off the television and dedicate those hours to your craft. Only discipline can do that. And discipline is impossible when you are drowning in the noise of drama, gossip, and the endless numbing scroll. If you are serious about achieving something extraordinary, you must perform surgery on your life. Cut out the distractions, excise the noise. Success demands sacrifice. Say goodbye to the mindless and say hello to the meaningful. Have you ever watched someone erupt in fury over something completely trivial, and in that moment you realize they didn't just lose their temper, they lost a battle with themselves? That is the price of reacting to everything. Emotional mastery is one of the rarest and most potent superpowers on this planet, and its secret ingredient is simple: minding your own business. Not every fight is your responsibility. Not every baiting comment needs you to bite. Not every insult is worthy of your energy. Just imagine for a moment if the world's greatest innovators and leaders paused their work to respond to every single critic and hater. Would they have ever built empires, changed the world, or left a legacy? Not a chance. They channeled that energy, not into pointless arguments, but into constructing their dreams, acquiring new knowledge, and reaching their goals. Think of your emotional state as being controlled by a remote. Who is holding it? If you allow every small annoyance, every rude person, every negative comment to push your buttons, you are willingly handing that remote to the world. You are giving away your power. The truth is, most situations don't demand a reaction at all. They demand observation, patience, and strategic silence. Those who have mastered their emotions are like grandmasters in a game of chess. They see the entire board and think 10 moves ahead before they act. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, to pull you into their storm, ask yourself one question: is this worth the price of my peace? If the answer is no, then simply walk away. Emotional control isn't about suppression, it's about intelligent redirection. Channel your fire into fuel for your ambition, and you will discover that your destiny is not dictated by others, it is forged by you. Do you ever see billionaires wasting their days in the comment sections of social media, bickering with strangers? Do they spend their time spreading rumors or obsessing over tabloids? No, they are too occupied building their fortunes. The truly successful don't have a committee to monitor the progress of others. They are laser focused on their own. They don't squander their precious time trying to win arguments with people whose opinions hold no value. They let their results deliver the verdict. Think about it. If success depended on getting everyone's approval, every anonymous troll on the internet would be a CEO. But while others are busy debating, the successful are busy building. They are negotiating deals, mastering new technologies, and expanding their influence. They understand that energy is a finite currency, and spending it on envy, gossip, or negativity is the emotional equivalent of setting cash on fire. The ultimate power move, being so intensely focused on your own mission that you are completely oblivious to the chatter about you. You want to be successful? Then model the habits of the successful. Invest in your own mind. Work in silence. Let the deafening roar of your accomplishments be your only statement. Instead of getting entangled in someone else's drama, construct your own empire. Instead of trying to prove a point to people who will never listen, prove it to yourself. The most devastating response to your critics is not a clever comeback. It is massive, undeniable success. While they are busy watching and judging from the sidelines, you will become the very spectacle they can't help but watch in total awe. The vast majority of conflicts ignite for one simple reason: people refuse to stay in their own lane. Imagine you're on a multi-lane highway. If you keep your eyes on the road ahead and your hands on your own steering wheel, the journey is smooth. But the moment you start swerving into other lanes, trying to manage other people's driving, chaos, a crash is inevitable. That is a precise illustration of what happens when you involve yourself in unnecessary drama. Getting entangled in conflicts that have nothing to do with you is like deliberately picking up a venomous snake and then acting surprised when it bites you. Wise people have learned that their energy is too precious to be spent on every skirmish they are invited to. Let's be honest. Does arguing with someone who is determined to misunderstand you ever change their mind? No. Does proving you are right to a person who thrives on conflict add any real value to your life? Absolutely not. Most of these conflicts are nothing but energy-sucking black holes designed to keep you distracted from what truly matters, your own goals. The people building legacies don't have time to debate petty grievances. They are too busy constructing their future. Sometimes the most powerful and strategic response is no response at all. Silence is not surrender. It is a sign of superior wisdom. It is choosing your inner peace over a pointless battle. It's the profound understanding that not everything deserves your attention. You want a peaceful life? Stay in your lane. Focus on your destination, and let the chaos of others fade into your rearview mirror. Life gets exponentially smoother when you learn that not every honk from another car requires you to honk back. Drive your own race. Not everyone who is clapping for you wants to see you win. Some are simply clapping to measure the sound of your fall. This is why the wisest people on earth move in absolute silence. Instead of broadcasting your every intention, you work on it quietly, diligently behind the scenes. Your success should be like a pregnancy. Let people notice it only when it becomes too obvious to hide. Think about it. Does a mighty oak tree announce to the forest when it is about to grow a new branch? No, it quietly does the work, drawing nutrients from the earth, and in due time, its growth is undeniable. That is the blueprint for success. The more you advertise your plans, the more you invite obstacles into your path, the doubts of others, their unsolicited negative opinions, their jealousy. Why would you willingly give people the opportunity to talk you out of your destiny? Stop explaining yourself. Stop seeking validation. Just do the work. Remember, some people aren't applauding your effort. They're just keeping a beat while they wait for you to collapse. Don't give them the show they're waiting for. Move like a ghost. Be obsessed with your craft. And let the magnitude of your success be the only noise you make. Instead of wasting your breath trying to convince skeptics of your potential, demonstrate it with irrefutable results. Your achievements will become your shield, your loudest proclamation, and the undeniable proof that you were destined for this all along. The real ones will be there to celebrate with you, and the fake ones, they will be too stunned to speak. Keep building, keep moving, and watch as your progress systematically silences every single doubter. People have a deep, instinctual respect for those who don't feel the need to stick their nose into everyone else's life. Have you ever known someone who seems to be an expert on everyone's drama but a total novice in their own life? They're draining. It's as if they earned a doctorate in other people's business but failed the kindergarten class on self-awareness. The secret to powerful and healthy relationships is a masterful understanding of boundaries. Knowing when to offer your voice and when to offer your silence is a genuine superpower. When you shift your focus to your own improvement, you automatically become a more valuable person to be around. Your communication becomes clearer, you respect the personal space of others, and you embody a quiet strength that people are naturally drawn to. Humans gravitate towards those who radiate confidence, self-reliance, and emotional maturity. Instead of dedicating your precious mental energy to dissecting someone else's choices, use it to polish your own character. Do you want better relationships? Then commit to becoming a better you. Minding your business isn't a selfish act. It is the foundation of healthy connection. When you cease overanalyzing every move people make, you liberate yourself from a prison of unnecessary anxiety. You become more tolerant, less judgmental, and consequently, a person others feel safe and comfortable with. Instead of appointing yourself the neighborhood detective, strive to be the friend, the partner, or the colleague who inspires and elevates. Because in the end, the most resilient bonds aren't forged in gossip and meddling, they are built on a bedrock of mutual respect, trust, and a shared commitment to personal growth. The most formidable people in this world are those who have freed themselves from the addiction of constant validation. True independence is the ability to think for yourself, to make your own decisions without the fear of disapproval, and to live a life that is authentically yours. It means becoming your own staunchest supporter instead of waiting for a round of applause from the cheap seats. Let's be brutally honest. If you require constant praise just to keep moving forward, what will you do when the audience goes silent? The moment you sever your dependency on other people's approval, you unlock a level of confidence so profound that it makes you unstoppable. Reflect on the greatest figures in history. Did they conduct a poll to see if everyone agreed with their vision before they made their world-changing moves? Of course not. They possessed an unshakable belief in their purpose. They embraced calculated risks, and they brought their visions to life. Genuine independence is the deep internal knowing that your worth is not measured in likes, comments, or external opinions. It's about making choices that align with your values and your goals, not someone else's agenda for you. Those who constantly chase approval live in a perpetual state of hesitation, paralyzed by the fear of acting without permission. But those who stand firm in their convictions press forward with relentless momentum, regardless of who is watching. When you learn to trust your own judgment, you gain the ultimate freedom to create, to innovate, and to build the life you were meant to live. Others may not understand your path, and that is perfectly fine. It's not their journey to understand. In the final analysis, independence isn't about proving your worth to others. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable, you are powerful, and you are more than enough. So go, walk your path boldly, trust your gut, and let your unshakable confidence light the way. And what happens when you mind your own business with unwavering consistency? A strange and beautiful thing occurs. Your life begins to click into place. It starts to make sense. Instead of squandering your days on trivial distractions, you invest them in your life's work. You stop being drained by the endless cycle of negativity and start being fueled by an unstoppable sense of passion. Your entire energetic signature shifts from worrying about what others are doing to creating something magnificent in your own world. And the most remarkable part? You become a source of inspiration without ever intending to. People who are radically focused on their own growth, their own purpose, and their own success become living beacons of light for others. When you commit yourself to the path of relentless self-improvement, you begin to radiate a quiet confidence, a profound peace, and a fierce determination, qualities that are magnetic. Instead of being another character in someone else's drama, you become a testament to what is possible when a person stays in their lane and commits to the work. Do you want a life of meaning? Mind your business. Stay focused. Let your journey be the sermon. Every single minute you sacrifice to a pointless distraction is a minute stolen from building your dream. Instead of obsessing over the latest gossip, obsess over mastering your craft. Instead of feeling envy over someone else's victory, go out and create your own. The secret to a deeply fulfilling life is not found in comparison or criticism. It is found in commitment and consistency. So keep your eyes fixed on your own path. Remain fiercely dedicated to your purpose, and watch as your life transforms into something truly extraordinary. While everyone else is busy watching, you'll be busy winning.